Hi class, welcome to another session on rehabilitation engineering. So today we shall discuss gait training. Now, gait training is just a set of exercise or therapeutic regime that you would follow in order to facilitate relearning of walking or facilitate locomotion, to be honest. So before selecting a particular pattern of gait to be employed in a patient, the following evaluations are very important. That is, their ability to bear weight and keep their balance on one or both limbs. So they should either be able to stand on both limbs or balance on both limbs or balance on one limb at least. So this is why I said balance training is very essential, and that should be given priority before gait analysis. And then next one is if the patient is able to push their body off the ground by pressing down on both crutches. So basically the patient, since they have not walked properly, so they'd either be holding bars and walking, or they'll be having crutches and then walking. So if they are on crutches, then they should be able to push their body off ground by pressing down on both crutch, and then they should be able to step forward with at least one foot, and finally they should be able to generate and sustain the increased expenditure of energy that is required for all assisted gait. So sometimes I just feel that walking as such is much easier than walking with these assisted gaits or assisted devices, because it requires so much more energy to propel your body forwards while you are on crutch. So the patient should be physically fit to be able to generate the energy, and then support the upper body should be strong enough to support the weight of the person, and he or she should be able to walk using these crutch. Now the commonly used crutch gait training are of 6 types. You have the 4-point gait, the 2-point gait, the 3-point gait, swing to gait, swing through gait, and the tripod gait. So let us just discuss them briefly in today's session. So the 4-point gait is the most stable gait pattern. So it provides 3 points of stable support while one limb or the assistive device is moving. So if we imagine a person in crutch, then the movement or pattern in 4-point gait is such that the right crutch is kept forward, then the left foot moves forward, and then the left crutch comes forward and the right foot. So if the right crutch goes forward, the left foot will come forward. So this will enable the person to take one step, and then the left crutch would come forward and the right foot would go forward. So this way the person would walk. So the feet are usually 4 to 6 inches behind the crutch, and the center of the body lies between the 4 points, that is the 2 feet and the 2 crutch points. The 2-point gait requires more balance and stability when compared with the 4-point gait. So initially, a person who's been seated for a very long time, if he or she is training to walk, then it is a good idea to start with the 4-point gait and then move on to the more sophisticated ones. So in the 2-point gait, it has a natural rhythm, and the arm motion resembles the normal gait. So the person advances with one assist device and a foot at the same time. So the movement pattern is like either the crutch and the same foot advance together. Suppose if it is the left crutch, the left crutch and left foot would go forwards, and then the right leg and right crutch will come forward. Or you can have it the opposite. So simultaneously the right crutch and the left leg would come forward, and then the left crutch and the right leg would go forward. So this way, opposite movement occurs, and that results in a better balance than when same side is moving. Now you have the 3-point gait as well. So this is used when single limb is affected. Suppose you have the fracture of hip, or some fracture in one limb, and then you can go for 3-point gait. So non-weight bearing or partial weight bearing occurs in this type of gait, and then the movement involved. So the movement is like the involved limb moves with the assist device, while the unaffected limb swings and gets placed in front of the involved limb. So when I say involved limb, it is the injured limb. So you have the crutch, the assist device, and the affected limb that is moving simultaneously, and then the unaffected limb moves. So it is like walking with a stick or just one crutch. The next is the swing to gait. So initially balancing on both legs is required, and then you move the crutch forward, and then the whole body weight is shifted to the crutch. I mean, the hands and the arm support the upper body while you swing your lower body forward and then move your legs. So swing through gait is an extension of swing to gait, and it provides rapid means of ambulance when compared with other gait movement. So here the foot lands ahead of the crutch. So it's like, swinging on the crutch and then landing ahead of it. So it is used by paraplegic when they have gained expertise in using their crutches. However, this is like the most unstable of all gait movements. The last one is the tripod gait, and this is used by paraplegic or polio affected people. And the movement sequence is right crutch, left crutch, and then the body is dragged forward. So this is your tripod gait. So I hope you had a fruitful session learning about a different method of gait training with me. I shall see you again in another video. I hope you take care till then.